NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Patriots and the Chiefs, and it comes your way next.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the New England Patriots. Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And Citi, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
Jake Bailey ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Arrowhead. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Mahomes now on first down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice play there, first incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Gray from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find themselves open for an easy touchdown.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster, and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing that touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll run it here. This is James White.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 20, and no surprise the defense in the guy. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
Going to be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, nice move. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 84 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points.
I think you can make a fair case for Tyreek Hill being the most explosive player in the NFL when he gets his hands on the football, and that was Exhibit A.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taylor now from the end zone.
And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is.
So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On the give, this is Harris.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Nothing to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
First down, here's White. And nowhere really to go there. They'll take this up just shy of midfield. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Let's go, let's go!
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Jones. That is taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting up 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing to start the drive. Jones finding Bourne here over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a pass dropped off here for James White. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down now. It's Harris, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando. Our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
And a dump off to White. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And folks, kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here.
Now the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
Yeah, he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Mahomes now on first down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for KC.
But one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Mahomes to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one.
That'll bring up second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 13-yard line. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Give him 9 there on the first first down completion. That's a staple in this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Touchdown! That's caught. Demarcus Robinson as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's 21-3. The drive summary that time 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pats at the line ready to go as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Jones. He'll drop it underneath to White. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Here's Jones. A final shot before break. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, though. Let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for New England. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the 3rd quarter is underway. On the return is J.J. Taylor. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Jones now throwing on first down. He's got White here. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now Jones on first down. Got the connection here to Bourne.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They will run with White out of the shotgun. The linebacker Anthony Hitchens there on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Lock up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And Folk's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players spotlight. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world to this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really looked close.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing now is Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
His muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, Mahomes going for it all. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
2nd and 10. Now Mahomes gets this one to Hill. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion. And now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Dietrich Wise able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Butker's kick here is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. This one to Bourne out on the left side. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Looking to throw, Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Butker now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. It is fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. New England's offense set to go. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing after the interception. Jones throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Myers. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing, Jones. He'll leave this one for White. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. Then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Jones. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacoby Myers, 55 yards. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And give him credit. He deserves it. But this is such a breakdown defensively, my goodness. From a pass rush perspective, you know that they got to be coming hard on 4th down trying to get to the quarterback. But from a coverage perspective, how do you not see that play developing? And it turns into a touchdown.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's got room. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they open the lead up now to 25. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Jones on 1st and 10. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's White. That catch good for only a couple. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
From the 39, Jones. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll look to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.